Hey everybody, Mr. B here and welcome to the Loft. Today I'm going to show you how to do a very quick marinara sauce. So it should be a pretty quick video, right? So, this is so simple. It's done in under 30 minutes. It's great for food prep. You could do a big bunch of this, you could freeze it. It works out great, And I think personally that it is so much better than jarred sauce. I mean, first of all, have you seen the prices of jarred sauce these days? That's absolutely ridiculous. And secondly, I mean, I'm not going to say that there's not good jarred sauce on the market. There is. I mean, for what it's worth. But typically, they're so chock full of sugar and shit that it's just not worth it for me, frankly. So what are you going to need for some marinara sauce? Quite simple. So I've got some onions, some basil, some parsley, some garlic, which I wanted to do before we started cutting, before I started filming. I'm going to use some olive oil and some crushed red pepper. And then this is all going to kind of come together. So let's get this garlic broken down here. Now on this garlic, I'm just going to do a very rough chop. I don't mind some rather large pieces in this, frankly, but you do you, boo. I mean, if you want to mince this all the way down, that's totally fine. Really using this to infuse the oil, as you will see here momentarily. Now, before I chop the onion, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my pan ready, and I am going to a pretty considerable amount, right, of extra virgin olive oil. I eyeball it. I need more olive oil. If maybe quarter cup, maybe third cup. But, you want to get that going, okay? I'm going to have my red chili flakes kind of on standby here. We're going to get this burner on to about a medium heat. Let it start doing its thing. Now, while I'm waiting on that, also, I have my parsley chopped up. We're going to do the basil here. What I do is I just basically pick the leaves, roll it up, and then just kind of cut it into little strips. Probably not getting this on the shot, but it's real simple to do. This is a rough chop, so there you have kind of that action thing going on there. So let's get my onion broken down. You go in here, thank you. Playing with Geeky. When it comes to the onion, kind of show you how much I've got here. Right, so I'm not going to use all of this for this sauce. I'm going to use just probably about half of it because I've got another recipe in mind for this onion here. Because what we're doing here really is a base marinara. Right, now, yeah, it's great if you want to pair this with some pasta. What I'd recommend you do is you do your sauce, have the pasta going. When the pasta is ready, start the sauce first. Once it's in there, get your water going. When the pasta is ready, you just take it out wet and throw it into the sauce, give it a toss. Absolutely delicious, it's a wonderful side. Now, you can also use this base marinara as just that, the base for like any type of meat sauce. But the net of it is that every red sauce doesn't have to be a Sunday sauce or Sunday gravy. You got to start somewhere, and this is kind of what that is about. Okay, my oil is heating up. I am going to see how it is doing with a little bit of chili pepper. Okay, now I like mine to be a little hot. Plus, I know what I am using this for, and I want some heat in that. Now, chili pepper, look, if it's not your thing, then just don't put it in. It's that simple. It's that simple, right? But what will happen with this chili, and I'm going to add some of my garlic to that, is it is going to infuse that oil. So it's the oil that's going to be coating the tomatoes and getting all super sexy, right? Maybe 1 minute on this. And you'll know because it's going to tell you. Now that that is gone, I'm going to take about half of my onions, right? We're going to get these on in. I'm going to just get these to like, translucent. I think it's fine. So a couple of minutes. I'm on medium heat. There is no sense in going absolutely crazy with the heat on this, although I do think I am going to bump that up just a little bit. Let's talk about the onions. Like I said, I know what I'm going to be using this sauce for, and I know that onions is going to be a good complement, but if you're really just wanting to go baseline, then you could leave that out. You can also use any type of onion, right? You can use yellow, sweet, red onion is fantastic in red sauce as far as I'm concerned. You could also be super extra and go with a shallot if you wanted to. Right, I'm going to go about 1 more minute on these. Now we are going to add our tomatoes. This is one 28-ounce can of crushed. Let's talk about the tomatoes for a minute. You've got a couple of options here. First of all, use your favorite brand. I'm not going to get into this is the best tomato, whatever. Use a good quality tomato. I use crushed or puree or a combination of the both. Or I would get like whole Marzanos, right? Like Cinto or something like that. And then just run them through the whirly doodle. Great texture when you do that. And then that's what I will use. So it just kind of depends on what I have on hand. But a pantry staple. And into our oil, onion, garlic mixture, this goes. We're going to give this a stir to incorporate. I don't mind, as you can see on my stove cam, this might look a little oniony, and it may be, but like I said, with what I'm going to use this puppy for, oh yes, indeed. And we're going to let this cook, just to get it married. Now, how long you let this go is really up to you. For a good baseline, I would say 15 to 30 minutes. That's why it's like start your sauce, do your pasta, and then mix it together if you're just doing this kind of as a side dish. Right? I'm probably not even going to go that long here because I'm going to be using this for something else, and there will be continued cooking time there. But I do want to make sure that I'm getting my oil kind of emulsified into, this tomato mixture, right? After you've gone about 5 minutes, you are going to want to taste this for seasoning and see where your salt is. The reason why, good brush. The reason why, super fun here, is really checking for your salt. Now, this canned tomato stuff can bring some salt. They're all different. And once you get kind of hooked on a brand, if you will, then you better be able to, you will be better able to gauge. Beautiful. All right, we've got room for just a pinch of salt. And I'm gonna do a pinch of pepper. And I'm going to do just a little Italian seasoning here. I'm going to cut the heat, add my basil, and some parsley. Incorporate that. One more taste. Oh, hell yeah. It's just the essence of tomatoes. It's absolutely delicious. And I'm gonna pour this up and we're gonna set it aside for my next dish. All right, guys, there you have it. You've just got a baseline marinara sauce, just like that. Did this in under 20 minutes, including prep. So there you go. So hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think in the comment. If you have any suggestions as to a quick sauce like this, please leave a comment on that. Click like, subscribe, come along for the ride, kids. We're gonna see you next time. Cheers.